Hi, this is Tshifhiwa Tshivhengwa, the CEO of Tourism Business Council of South Africa. We got some new data that was released by StatsSA showing that the inbound arrivals up to the end of September of this year was about 1.1 million more than the inbound arrivals at the same period last year, which is a good indication of the recovery. We all know that we have not recovered to the 2019 figures. We are still hovering at around 90% of the arrivals. But what's more important is that I need to thank all the private sector companies that have gone out to international markets, that have marketed South Africa as a preferred destination. These are lodges, hotels, car rental companies, tour operators, and other travel experts that have gone out to market their own businesses across various markets, which resulted in the increase in the number of tourists that came into South Africa. We are starting to see that the work that we did about 2 years ago with Trevor Noah, where we repositioned the destination and showcased the potential here in South Africa throughout the world, is starting to show some results. We all know that whatever you've invested 2 years ago start to show the results after 2 years because of the lead time. So we've seen the increase. We still want more tourists to come into the country. But I just want to thank the private sector for the work that you have done in ensuring that that awareness that was created was converted into an actual booking and someone getting on the plane and traveling into South Africa. So that is good news from that point of view. We all know that there are markets that still need some attention, but the good news is that we are seeing that more and more people are coming into the country, and this is a good indicator that we are moving towards the right direction. As we've put a target that 15.6 million tourists should come to South Africa by 2030, and let's use the G20 as one of the catalysts of creating awareness. The whole world will be looking at us. Let's ensure that we shine, we offer good service, and we make sure that those that are coming in, when they leave, they come back with their families to enjoy holiday here in South Africa. At our recent TBCSA Leadership Conference, the Minister of Home Affairs spoke about the Electronic Travel Authorization, or the ETA, as one of the projects that will be piloted during the G20. It has now gone live. We know that the ETA, if done correctly, will open up new markets that otherwise would not have been looking at us favorably because of the visa regime from those markets. You do have countries that it will be piloted in. Some of those countries are coming for G20. Once we see the results of that pilot program, we can then roll it out to various markets. Our wish is that markets like Mexico gets to see the ETA. Some of those Eastern European markets that still require visa to come to South Africa gets to see ETA. Some critical markets in Africa gets an ETA, and the Middle East also get an ETA. We need to make sure that when we implement it, the technology that we are putting in, it's user-friendly enough for those that are outside of the country and those that cannot read English. And also we need to make sure that when people arrive at the airport, we have enough equipment and warm bodies to process people to cross into our country. It's a positive step, and we do thank the relationship that we've had with the Department of Home Affairs for the past many years when we were discussing issues of ease of access as far as visas are concerned. So this is a good step. It's positive. We want this to be implemented worldwide so that we can have a smooth way of getting people to know about South Africa and to know that it's easier to come to South Africa and to enjoy the holiday in our country. This will make it easier for the trade to put us in the itineraries because they will know that it's easy to get a visa to come to the country. So I do thank Home Affairs for the work that they've done to pull this together. I think we're at a stage now where we need to start to see greatness and robustness in our systems in terms of the visa regime, and we should see more tourists coming into the country. The festive season is upon us. We all know that we are all preparing to receive many visitors that are coming into our country. We are also going to be on the road transporting many tourists that require our services to go to various parts of the country. We do know that the situation with the NPTR has not been resolved. We have, as a TBCSA, put money into resolving NPTR through the TOMSA levy funds to ensure that we get a way forward that's acceptable to everyone who operates wheels, to move tourists across the country. Now, we also know that there has been incidents of many of our tour guides and the drivers whose vehicles have been impounded. Some have been threatened, and some tourists have been left on the side of the road stranded. That is not what we want to see. To that effect, I have written to the Minister of Transport to seek an urgent intervention as far as impounding of this vehicle and the harassment that we have seen on the road is concerned. And that letter has been acknowledged to say that they will be looking at the matter urgently. What we do require is that there is a directive that's sent to all the traffic officials on the road to say that anyone who has applied for their permit and have the receipt with them should not be harassed by any police officer. And if that happens, we need to have a mechanism of reporting and also getting relief from a particular municipality, because this is not acceptable. It's not our fault. It is the fault of the department who is unable to issue those licenses on time. So we are attending to that. It's an urgent matter. I've been talking to all the stakeholders and the associations involved. We will be getting some answers soon, and we will announce any intervention that will come, especially now that we're going into the festive season. We have endured this pain long enough, and it needs to be resolved. And I have undertaken at the TBCSA Leadership Conference that we are doing something about it. And this forms part of that update that we are going to push and put more pressure to make sure or to ensure that we resolve this issue once and for all. We all have to prepare ourselves for the busy season. We all have to give good service, as we should, all the time. And due to the fact that more people are going to be traveling, whether they are South Africans traveling, whether they are overseas people coming into our country, we need to ensure that the service levels increase. We need to ensure that our staff is prepared for the festive season. And of course, from our side as the Business Council, we will offer full support to all our association members and non-members to ensure that the country benefit economically. And of course, our employees also benefit from the work that we have done, and all the businesses benefit and prosper during this festive season.